Hi, Mojang just released another snapshot for the next Minecraft drop, and it's snapshot 25W37A. And yes, we are still with snapshots. It isn't a pre-release yet, which means that there is still some time for the drop, which means that Minecraft Live might come a little later than we thought. Also, I make the fastest Minecraft news on YouTube, so if you want more Minecraft fast news, click liking and subscribing because it will help to grow my channel, and on 10,000 subscribers I will do a first reveal. And also remember to join my Discord server for some contests like the League contest, the link is in the description, so make sure to be there. And now let's start with the changes. Okay, so the new feature is that copper golems can now open doors. And yes, this has been on Bedrock for a while, but now it's officially out on Java. So let me just show you how this can work like. And copper golems can open iron, or can open normal doors and copper doors, but can't open iron doors. As you can see, this little guy is now confused. Here, I think that this guy will be less confused and just open the door. Yes, as you can see, they can open wooden doors and copper doors, but not iron doors, and since iron doors really need redstone, and can open these ones. Also, there's some changes that you need OpenGL 3.3 instead of 3.2, which I don't know how many people this will affect, so yeah, this is another change. Maybe it's huge, I don't know. Also, another thing is that if you broke a shelf when another player was interacting with it, there could be some kind of glitch and visual bugs in the player inventory, and now they just fixed it. And yes, the copper golem hitbox has been changed again. And now its hitbox is 0.49 blocks in width, and now they are able to pathfind in much smaller holes. I don't know which type of narrow places it will affect. Maybe it's 1x1 blocks, probably. So yeah, now your copper golem can go to other places. They have also changed the end lighting over again, and they change ambient lighting again, and we know that this is kind of the only ambient lighting that we have in the game, kind of, I think, or I may be wrong, please correct me in the comments, but they have changed it, and now they changed the overall lighting and the lighting on mobs. As you guys can see, this is how it looks like, and I think this is a downgrade. Why isn't the ground purple again? But we can see that the mobs are lit on, and I am on yeah, the lowest brightness, which may be one of the reasons why it doesn't look too bad, so let me just make it higher. Okay, so now I'm on bright, which is, yeah, the mode that most people play on. So let's see if there will be any changes to that. And here's how it looks like. It is still purple, but it doesn't look as purple as it did before. I think that they kind of messed up the light in some way. So yeah, this might be an upcoming change into the game, which is maybe an end update coming soon, or maybe something totally else. The underside of flat surfaces will now be lit from that direction instead of the opposite direction, which is another thing for these ambient lightings. This mainly affects models containing cubes that are either flat or hollow, as Elytra, or yeah, the outside layers on player skins, the rib cages, ender dragons, the fins on fish, and more. So let's just wear some armor and let's test it out. So I believe that this looks good now, or something like that. I don't know, but I'm guessing that they were changing the lighting, and this might mean something, or it's just simple fixes. But yeah, I believe that these are just simple fixes. We are not getting anything related to it, but it's not bad to theorize sometimes. So post your theories in the comments, I would absolutely appreciate that. We also have received some changes to game mode switching. So now switching from spectator mode to creative mode no longer causes the player to stop flying. So I can just wait, this was wrong. Okay, as an example, I can just do this, and I will still be flying. So if I do something like yep, I will still be flying. I won't fall down. I think that is the point. This time, flight will only get disabled when switching game modes if the player is near ground. So probably something like this. Or I don't know, maybe this is near ground, and then I'm switching to spectator, and then I'm switching to creative. I don't know honestly. Oh yeah, now you guys saw that my flight was just disabled and I fell down on the ground. So this is how it looks like, I guess. So if there will be any type of surface beneath you and you change your game modes, then you will fall down, not when you are in air. Okay, that is a pretty solid change. I don't use the game mode switcher too much, but maybe for some people it will be perfect. We also got some Minecraft managed server management things, which I don't care about too much, but we've got a new game rule, which is spawner blocks enabled. Game rule control if spawner block should be enabled or not. So yeah, I think that this is just about spawner blocks, so I don't know if many people will care about it, but it's good to know. So now the logic for choosing type of equipment for mobs spawning with equipment has been tweaked to add copper as a possibility. The initial role to choose now chooses between leather, copper and gold, so I guess mobs will have a nicer choice. And the chances to increase an armor tier has been increased from 9.5 to 10.87. Okay, that is good. It could be 6.7 though. They also did some other smaller changes, but now let's just talk about what is happening with some bug fixes. We'll be talking about, yeah, many other bug fixes, so let's just start covering them one by one, or maybe the more important ones, which are related to the copper drop. Okay, so there was a bug where copper golems could interact with chests from, yeah, diagonal blocks here, so now they can't. Yeah, that is just a solid bug fix, which I did not know about though. Copper golems also had a bug where they would open chests which were blocked. This obviously doesn't work anymore. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but falling particles from sand and gravel were gone from the game for a while. I don't know for how long, but yeah, they just did not exist for a second, and now they are back. The copper golems could not pathfind through thin blocks. This works now, so perfect. Monsters could spawn from spawners when the spawn monsters game was set to false. This doesn't work now, obviously. Mannequins that were set as white would just spawn with a Steve skin, which is now also fixed. Chests were one of the blocks which were placed on the bottom of the shelf, even if the items were not supposed to do that. That is also now fixed. And chests based on I just mentioned it, and drop chests including variants are no longer translated upward. And another visual bug that has been fixed is with the conduit, and I don't know, it just was a visual bug and now it's been fixed. Could this be a hint for the next drop? I don't know. Many people will probably theorize about that, so if you're hearing this first from me, please tell me in the comments. If you see some other YouTubers talking about this exact block in the next videos, please mention me. Oh, okay, I don't care, but yeah, that's it. And now let's think about it. When is Minecraft Live happening? Since we are not in pre-releases yet, which is very strange. And it could mean that Minecraft Live will be announced next week instead of this week. I will still probably stream tomorrow while we wait for the date or some release date for Minecraft Live. But yeah, I guess that I will wait and we'll see. It seems like the Age of Copper drop, or the Copper Age drop, I'm so sorry, I always mix up the names, pun intended, and I don't know when it will release, but my guess is that it will release in 3 weeks, since we are still in normal snapshots, so pre-releases may start very soon, and it takes them some time to get out the pre-releases, and they want to have a sure release date. So I'm guessing in like 3 weeks, and maybe on Tuesday, maybe on Wednesday, I guess that we'll see. And I guess that's everything for the snapshot. That has been everything that I have covered. Or I may have jumped over something, so if you want, you can mention them in the comments. Hopefully you like this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Remember to have a nice day, and bye.